Just a word to you millennials. Just a word to the millennials. I got a word for the millennials. Where does she come off with a word for the millennials, right? Well, because I'm an 80s baby, 90s kid. And I'm coming to y'all speaking from experience. Experience is the best teacher. But if you can learn from people who experience things before you, then that's called wisdom. Wisdom. Wisdom is something that will take you far in life. And I notice with these new generations, they want to be equal to the people that's been here before them. Now, how can you be equal? See, the internet got things messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a thin line between thinking you know everything and disrespect. You millennials, you ones who feel like the handout that you should have got is not the one that you want, but the one that God gave you, you don't appreciate, is something that needs to be addressed. No, maybe mommy and daddy ain't have $100,000 or $200,000 or $400,000 worth of Bitcoin to hand you over. Those of us who are in our 40s, 50s, 60s, even some in the 30s, we didn't have what y'all have now. We didn't have access. We didn't have access to social media and all that stuff that y'all have now. And in a way, I'm grateful that we didn't, because y'all are believing pictures and fairy tales and coveting things that you don't even know the real truth behind it. You don't even know if the pictures that they're showing you or the stories that they're telling you is real. When you hop on the bandwagon from any business or anything that might be going on that you might see online or whatever like that, you don't know. It's a risk and a chance that you take. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you being catfished online through pictures and stories and stuff that people are putting together because they know what y'all like. They know what draws y'all attention. And now everything is get it quick, get it quick, get it quick, get it quick. Y'all don't look at what the people that came before you had to go through, or what the people that are in front of you now have to offer through the struggle that they went through. Y'all don't want to have to struggle. See, when you wait for somebody else to hand you something, that's a failure to launch out, take risk, and earn something yourself. I grew up learning and always hearing, God bless the child that has his own. God bless the child that has its own. I never understood that until I was forced. I was put in a position that I had to go and get my own. Once I didn't want my grandparents or my mother or whoever telling me what to do, and I realized living under somebody's roof, that is their roof. They're paying for me to be comfortable. Pay the cost to be the boss is a real statement. Pay the cost to be the boss. And if you fail to launch, it's on you. That you're uncomfortable under somebody's roof and you have to follow what they tell you to do. It's their house. It's what they pay for. It's what they are working hard for. You're not sowing your time and your seeds into their investment or it's into what they got going on. At the end of the day, the wisdom comes in when you say, don't nobody owe me nothing. That's the reality of it. Your parents or your grandparents or whoever your family members are that have you or that look out for you or that try to instill wisdom in you, if you resist it and you reject it, that's on you. Because it's your life. Once you become an adult, it's on you. Anything your parents do for you after you become an adult and you make certain choices, it's on you. It's on you. We can't come in and say, oh no, they didn't mean it. Or they didn't. God forbid you do something, you got to get locked up. We can't go and say they didn't mean it. Let me. No, it's on you. You have to understand that what your the people, because see, this is an entitled generation. This generation is entitled. I have never heard, when I was growing up, we couldn't wait to be on our own because we didn't want our parents to be in our ear or tell us, if our boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever, the person we was dealing with, to come over. We didn't want it. If we didn't feel like cleaning up, well, you know what? I'm in my house. You can't come to my house. If you come to my house, right? If your parents come to your house and they say, it's dirty, you can get, clean up. Excuse me? This is my house. So if you don't like the way it look right now, you could go back to yours. That's common sense. That's reality. This generation wants to have the woe is me complex. My parents, they didn't leave me this and nobody. Y'all got a lot of things that we didn't have. But we made do with what we had. And here it is. You got kids that are able, who live with their parents, that are able to go out and make way more money than their parents were making. And what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about the ones that have their own apartments. I'm talking about the ones that live under their parents' roof. And most of the time your parents is not charging you no big outrageous bulk of money to live there. They might throw you a bill, which is absolutely something that should happen because you live someplace, and in real life, we're doing you a disservice if we let you live for free, because you can't live nowhere for free in real life. Right? But you got the ones who's, maybe I'm going to say 17 and up, 16 even, because where I'm at, they hire some kids at 16. Well, guess what? They have the ability, because of COVID and everything, this increase in minimum wage, the ability, because they can't keep no workers, and we're going to get on that why they can't keep no workers. But now they want to pay you real money to draw you in. So they want to say, hey, which $15 ain't necessarily no real money for real, if you got real adult bills. Y'all don't know that yet, though. A lot of y'all don't know that yet, though, because y'all have not launched out to have real adult bills. Y'all playing with y'all life. Y'all playing in y'all parents' face. Y'all playing in y'all grandparents' face. Because at the end of the day, it's easy for you. If you don't like your job, you get mad at your boss and you say, I'm leaving, bye, I don't care. Why? Because you live with mommy and daddy and you ain't going to be homeless. Mommy and daddy got a heart, so you take mommy and daddy kindness for weakness. You could go play around with your career. You could go play around with what you're trying to do because you ain't got no real bills. You ain't got no real responsibility. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with finding your niche. or finding what you want to do in life, right? But when you live with your parents and the reality is they don't owe you nothing when you become adult, then you have to have a plan. You should have a plan. You should have a plan because that is not a permanent situation. It's not. It's not a permanent situation to be in your parents' house, your grandparents' house, or whoever, and try to be an adult for somebody who's paying your way. If I can't play around, okay? If I can't play around, if the owner of the house, whoever it is that you're living with, can't play around because they know they can't depend on you to pay their mortgage or their bills if stuff hit the fan, then neither can you. Because we're trying to give you a hand up. We're trying to let you know we're going to give you some support while we can, because we're expecting you to launch with what you have. But you got a generation of entitlements. How can you feel like you're equal to me if you have never launched out to even touch what I touch, or struggled where I struggled, or went through what I went through? Wisdom. Because my parents didn't put me on their credit cards. My mother never put me on her cell phone bill. Nobody ever paid my rent. Nobody wasn't sending me checks saying, here, I know you have kids. I know you and your husband are trying to maintain. And, we know food is expensive, this, that, and the third. And, oh, that's my grandchild. That's my niece. That's my such and such. We want the best for them. So let me help you. Remember, in the Black community, the village been gone. But I believe the village got tired. So the village shut the door. Now I'm seeing why the village has backed out. Because they like, yo, I'm not going to help you if you constantly going to disrespect me. Half of these millennials is waiting for their grandparents, parents, whoever, to croak to inherit something. That's cool, but it ain't that cool. Because it's like you still cannot sit down and have a conversation with me about what it means to survive out here in these streets with no support. And the most scariest thing is when you have children and you around a bunch of rainbow riders, a bunch of people that's willing to celebrate with you, but when things is going bad, silence, crickets, they're nowhere to be found. And what happens to people like me and people like my husband and other people who are there for their kids, we overcompensate because we know what it feels like to be the black sheep. We know what it is not to have. We know what it is to have to look to strangers to help. I've been there. My grandparents, both sets of my grandparents did what they had to do for their family the best they knew how with what they had. Only to have a mess when they passed away. And when I say to have a mess, it wasn't a mess they created. It's a mess that their kids created. A whole bunch of drama, a whole bunch of this one didn't do this one didn't do that. We getting rid of this, and we gonna split this, and we gonna split this. And so you have to look at those generations too and see and understand why we are where we're at in this thing. It's so much more deeper. It goes so much deeper than what I'm even talking about. I could be here for days. This could be episode 1, 2, 3, and 10,000. But I'm here to say the message to the millennials. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to say, wake up. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Wake the hell up. You got to wake up, because what's going to happen is a rude awakening. I know y'all heard of that before. My rude awakening was when my grandparents passed away, and I realized that wasn't nobody around me after them as genuine as they were, and it just got worse from there. So I was really out here for dolo. And when I say dolo, I'm talking about the wisdom they had. I've been living off of that since then. That's been since like the year 2001 when they started passing away. And I lost my last grandparent in 2007. And did I go back and forth with my grandmother? That's who I lived in the house with, who I was raised with. I went back and forth with her. I felt like she was nagging me and she was just stressing me out and picking and just, oh my God. And there was times I was so disrespectful to her. And but what I would give for a do-over. Y'all, that's something that y'all don't understand. What I would give for a do-over. What I would give to be able to pick up the phone and be like, yo, Grandma, you wasn't lying. Oh, Grandma, I'm so sorry for disrespecting you and popping off when you was just trying to help me. So, a message to y'all millennials, the ones who sit around and act like your parents gonna be here forever, your grandparents gonna be here forever, and y'all playing with y'all life. When y'all get out there in them streets, you're going to see the streets don't love you. They don't owe you nothing. And you can't blame the people that tried to help you. That's where your life's going to get hard. You know what I'm saying? If you don't let them seeds that were sown to you get down in here and blossom, you in trouble. Because the world getting worse, as you can see. The homeless rates are increasing. And I bet you if you had conversations with the people that you see out on the street that don't have nothing, because let me tell y'all something. Y'all love the ones that don't help y'all. The ones that don't help y'all, the ones could care less about what's going on, the ones who ain't rolling up their sleeves when the going gets tough, those is the ones y'all want to be around. Those is your yes men. Your yes men don't care about you. Your yes man can give two damns about how you eating. Or if you got some drama going on or whatever, you know what they're going to tell you? I'm going to pray for you. It's going to be okay. Faith without works is dead. If somebody really want to see you making it, they're going to roll up their sleeves and they're going to help you. And they're going to give you a chance. Nobody's saying that if you don't want to help yourself, that people have to continue to help you. They don't have to continue to help you if you don't want to help yourself. But at the end of the day, if you come to somebody for help or you let them know you going through something and all they can offer you is a prayer, oh, I'll pray for you. They don't sit down and talk with you to strategize about how to make the situation better. I'm not saying they got to open the doors for you or go get a 5-bedroom house to accommodate you and whatever you got going on. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the yes men, those are the people who really do not care. They see you messing up. They see your life not going in the right direction. They'll party with you. They'll drink with you. They come for the holidays. They celebrate with you. They text you, send you little phone conversations and happy-go-lucky emojis. And they see you headed nowhere fast. Those are your yes men. Those are the people that don't care about you. And when the going gets tough, they're going to sit around and talk about you. Oh, but they did have their parents, and their parents was there, and their parents did this, and their parents did that. And I wasn't coming to let them stay with me. They had the perfect opportunity. They would have never told you that to your face. So when y'all feel like my parents is getting on my nerves and they nag, listen, people that don't care about you don't spend their time. Life is short. Even if you live to be 105, I'm always say it. Life is short. So you think people want to take their time, especially when we got bills and we're faced with so much. And then we got to turn around and raise our blood pressure because we trying to get you to understand, been there, done that. I'm trying to save you from you because a lot of you people's behaviors are self-destructive. We not out here saying that we perfect. You can see from the life your parents live and everything. If you went through anything with your parents, you can see these people are not perfect. But do these people strive to be better? And once you're around people that strive to be better, once you're around people that strive to be better, those are the people that you want to take advice from. Those are the people that you want to take wisdom from. People that raised their kids the best way they knew how, the way they knew how. Ended up buying a home but you ain't never see them have to take their kids and drop one kid here and drop one kid there and this one. Yo, like, wake up. What they're showing you on social media has your mind in just clouded. The people that God put in your life, when he put them in your life, he put them there for a reason. It's up to you to get what you need. Because there's a generation coming after you, and you have a responsibility to that generation too. Just like we got a responsibility to y'all. When our time is up, what y'all gonna do for the next generation? Because what the nuggets that we're trying to instill into y'all is something that y'all need to take to the next generation. But if y'all not even hearing us, then what's gonna happen? Y'all can't complain when y'all don't have no doctors, no lawyers, no. Yo, it's and that's why the world is the way it is. The village done gave up. Half the village scared of y'all. You know what I mean? My generation, where I come from, you ain't about to scare me. You think you bad. Make your exit, or I'll help you exit. You know what I mean? But please understand. You know what I'm saying? We did the best we did with what we had. And if you have parents, if you have family members that did the best they could with what they had, respect it. You see how hard it is out here? Especially if you know your parents ain't inherited nothing, ain't nobody handing them nothing. And then, like, how long you gonna wait before you launch? You up there in your 30s and your 40s. And you choosing to, because see, let me tell you something. Being comfortable is your worst enemy. But one thing I know about God is that he cares enough about you that when you're uncomfortable, when you're comfortable, he's gonna make things uncomfortable for you. But it's up to you to recognize the situation, and it's all about a mindset, because the situation could look negative when in all actuality, it's to benefit you. What the devil meant for your harm, got to turn it around for your good. My believers, my people who know the word, what the devil meant for your harm, got to turn it around for your good. Like, I ain't here, I'm not trying to preach. I'm here to speak from experience. God put that name in my heart because you know what? I can speak from experience. I learned from some of the best. I watched my grandparents struggle. I watched them die giving their last to their kids, only for their kids to not appreciate it. You got some who got it. You got some who appreciated it because, again, it's a mindset. And the next thing is, to have a generation, that's why we're faced with what we're faced with. To have a generation that rejects wisdom, but they want you to take care of them. They want you to feed them. They want you to clothe them. They want you to buy them cars. They want you to, all of that. Oh, but you can't tell me nothing. Don't let it be that your kids love your hand and not your heart and not your wisdom. You millennials, y'all that's 20-something and up, the ones that's having all these kids and the ones like at the end of the day, things is getting harder out here. And yeah, it's a little bit harder than when I was growing up. But we still was making $5 and $6 an hour and figuring out a way to make it, because we live in the same government where it's never been any balance. They're never going to really pay you enough to survive. We still had to have little hustles on the side, even if that meant collecting bottles and taking them to the machine and using that after we paid our rent or paid whatever we had to pay to go buy a pack of chicken, a can of corn, and some potatoes. Me and my husband went. We that's what we used to do. But we did what we needed to do to survive, so we didn't have to ask nobody. Because we knew that if we started having to ask people, that they thought that they was going to have a say-so. And we thought we was grown, so we learned how to live as an adult. Wake up. Listen, like I say, spoken experience. You got questions, I got answers. You could come to me, question me, we could debate all day. And all I'm going to spit to you is what I experienced in life and what I learned from my experiences. With that said, y'all have a blessed day. That's that.